This roused the whole city. People came running from all sides. They seized Paul and dragged him out of the temple, and the gates were closed behind them. They would have killed him if a report had not reached the tribune of the cohort that there was rioting all over Jerusalem. The cohort is called out, no fewer than 600 men, and Paul, in the nick of time, is rescued, presumably to prevent civil upheaval on an even greater scale. Why else would the cohort bother to save the life of one heterodox Jew who'd incurred the wrath of his fellows? The sheer scale of the tumult attests to the kind of currency, influence, and power the so-called early church must have exercised in Jerusalem at the time among Jews. Clearly, we are dealing with a movement within Judaism itself, which commands loyalty from much of the city's populace. Having rescued him from the incensed mob, the Romans arrest Paul, who, before he is marched off to prison, asks permission to make a self-exonerating speech. Inexplicably, the Romans acquiesce to his request, even though the speech serves only to further inflame the mob. Paul is then carried off for torture and interrogation, as was asked previously. Interrogation about what? Why torture and interrogate a man who has offended his co-religionists on 5 points of orthodoxy and ritual observance? There is only one explanation for the Romans taking such an interest: that Paul is suspected of being privy to information of a political and or military nature. The only serious political and or military adversaries confronting the Romans were the adherents of the nationalistic movement, the zealots of popular tradition, and Paul, the evangelist of the early church, was under threat from those zealous for the law, 40 or more of them in number, who were plotting to kill him, vowing not to eat or drink until they had done so. Saved from this fate by his hitherto unmentioned nephew, he is bundled under escort out of Jerusalem to Caesarea, where he invokes his right as a Roman citizen to make a personal appeal to the emperor. While at Caesarea, he hobnobs in congenial and intimate fashion with the Roman procurator, Antonius Felix. Eisenman has emphasized that he is also intimate with the procurator's brother-in-law, Herod Agrippa II, and with the king's sister, later the mistress of Titus, the Roman commander, who will destroy Jerusalem and eventually become emperor. These are not the only suspicious elements looming in the background of Paul's biography. From the very beginning, his apparent wealth, his Roman citizenship, and his easy familiarity with